Don't you turn against me.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
You're not with me, then you're my enemy. You turned her against me!
You have done that yourself.
Release your anger. Only your hatred can destroy me.
I hate you! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! You were the chosen one!
Hello, welcome to Who Shot First, a Star Wars controversy podcast, your one-stop shop for all Star Wars controversies. Today's episode is another Mandalorian reaction, and Ethan and I are going to be watching the Season 2, Episode 3, The Heiress, and then we are going to be reacting to it right afterwards. So here we go.
This is where the fun begins.
So what did you think?
This was a much better episode. This is the kind of episode that I want. We progress the plot forward. And, you know, we got some nice action scenes and there was a purpose. And afterwards, it was just much better because, I need to think more besides just saying progress the plot. But one thing I did like is that, you know, I'm glad she just basically said Ahsoka Tano, and instead of sometimes what these shows do is we all know who they're talking about, but they don't say it just for like a big reveal or, you know, whatever, even though the audience knows where they're going and who they're going to talk to. So I don't know. I just appreciated her just outright saying her name and that kind of thing rather than, you know, just not. I don't know.
I agree. I was happy that Bo-Katan came back. I was really, really disappointed that as watching this I really don't like how Disney Plus, the captions give you the name of who's talking. Because it gave it away, like says Bo-Katan is talking when she talks. And it was like, no.
Well, but I knew.
I understand.
I knew right away from the helmet.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just I watched it with Sarah without the captions and she flipped. Like she was so excited to see Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
And but like we were just is it really her? Is it really her? Is it really her? And then she took off the helmet and you're like, yeah, it's her. So
Right. I get that. Sure. But the captions just immediately tell you. Yeah.
Immediately tell you like Bo-Katan. You're like, oh, okay.
Okay, so then then I'll be curious too, you know, what the show kind of turns into from here. You know, if it's going to be once they reach Ahsoka, how are they going to get the Mandalorian to stick around? And also, you know, the whole thing has been so far is just him and his buddy Baby Yoda perusing the universe, or the galaxy. So I'm wondering, you know, how they're going to kind of keep the story focused on the Mandalorian without making it basically the Ahsoka show or, you know, whatever, because once she's on screen, that's all people are gonna focus in on is what she's doing, and they're gonna want to see her because obviously she's this already well-established fan favorite character. And so I'm wondering how they're gonna balance these characters now. And then also because I've heard rumors, you know, they're gonna have Luke in it, and you know they're not going to have Luke in it, or
Who has said that?
I've just seen rumors. You know, there's tons of, you know, of skepticism and potential for these characters to show up.
No main character is going to be in this show,
right? But so also then, you know, what are they gonna? Well, I don't know, because I was thinking, you know, why wouldn't Ahsoka be with Luke or like wanting to establish the New Republic with Luke or whatever. I don't know.
Because she was looking for Ezra.
I guess, yeah. That too, I would totally flip if Ezra was in this or introduced in this show to have his own spin-off or something. And then because that would mean that Thrawn was likely back. And then Thrawn could, I don't know. I'm going off topic now, but Yeah.
I think that's what this is aimed at. Just an FYI. Like, I think that's why I think Ahsoka Tano is going to be in here. I think Sabine is going to be in here. And
Well, I think wasn't that person supposed to be Sabine?
No, that is not Sabine.
No.
No.
Looking at him? Okay.
No, that is not Sabine.
Okay. But some unnamed character yet?
Correct. They did not give a name, but that was not Sabine. But my thought process from the beginning was that this was going to be, because they've already announced like the Bad Batch as a spinoff. But I think that they're going to introduce Ahsoka Tano here and Sabine here for like an episode or a couple episodes, and then they'll announce their show of their search for Ezra.
Okay.
And so then that will entitle something else or whatever. And so then we'll get we'll get the show where they're looking for Ezra and Thrawn, I guess. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I think if you bring Ezra back or have him in the show, you got to have Thrawn in there, or at least,
well, of
be
course.
the main antagonist.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? You don't think he would be? Okay. Well, because that's what I watching Moff Gideon and stuff. I was just thinking the whole time, well, that would have been really awesome if that was Thrawn who had come back somehow, or wherever he and Ezra went. It would have been awesome if, he had come back from wherever he was and then discovered that the Empire was in shambles, and then kind of risen to that, or taking control. I don't know.
It would have been
sweet,
cool.
but maybe,
but you're also imagining the Thrawn trilogy.
Yes, I know.
That's
true. That's right. Part of me wants the Thrawn trilogy, but I guess.
So if he comes back, we don't have the original character, the original trilogy characters to fight Thrawn. So you can't have him get beaten again by not the Republic and stuff like that. You can't have him just beat. So I personally think that if Thrawn comes back, he's not going to necessarily be the bad guy. He's going to come back and be like, oh, well, I guess the Empire's gone. Now I'll go back to the Chiss
Ascendancy. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I think.
I suppose. Right. I guess. Right. With the Empire being
in shambles.
No more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
he wouldn't
there.
have. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm definitely way more pumped for the next episode. I mean, geez, is that already episode 5 next week?
No, 4.
4. Okay. Okay. Well, that's so 4 next week. So that's only then 3
5.
episodes after that.
No.
Oh, it's 9 episodes this season.
It's 8 episodes. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, right.
5 episodes.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering how they might bring Boba Fett back into this too, because I don't think they will. That's the funny thing.
They will.
The more and more I think, wow, that's all. That's all. I think
that's all we got.
Which would be hilarious, but also disappointing at the same time, because I would have loved that fan service of him in the armor again, but
his armor's gone.
I know. Well, it
should be gone.
Yes,
it should be gone. But we'll see if he still has it. But because their ship got beat up and everything, and he was flying out in outer space, right? It should be his armor should be in outer space. But we'll see if he still has it. I will say, back to the episode, the more that I think about it, I understand why they did it, because they're trying to instigate how he's part of the Death Watch, and they don't take off their helmets. Then they do take off their helmets, but I started to get frustrated in the episode of how many times they take their helmets on and off.
Yeah.
I was just like, pick one. I don't care which, but just pick one. Like the fact that she takes off her helmet to talk and then just puts it back on. I'm just like, why? Why did you take it off?
Right.
Especially when they're attacking the bridge. Especially when they're in the attack. Like when she takes off on the ship and everything, and at the harbor and everything, that makes sense. Okay, you're taking it off, but she's literally in the middle of this big battle, and she's just take off the helmet so you can hear me clearly. What?
Right. True. Okay, so is he part of the Death Watch? They just didn't call themselves
He's a child
Watch
of the
anymore?
Watch.
Right.
That's
okay.
what. Yes. So he's a child. He doesn't know it as that. Like again. So they're saying that the Death Watch is like a cult.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He's like, what do you mean? He's a child of the Watch, and it's a
Okay.
child of the Death Watch.
Right. Okay.
But
So
they
then
don't
that's
call
interesting then,
themselves
because
that, so.
right. But okay. So when Maul is captured on Mandalore, does the Death Watch become disbanded? I can't remember if. Or
I mean, yeah, like he keeps them around or whatever, but they get disbanded when Bo-Katan takes over.
right.
But again, when you say disbanded, they just go into hiding, and there's
Okay,
coverts, and you talk about coverts and stuff like that. So
right, but then Gar Saxon rises to power and is with the Empire. So
but he's not the Death Watch.
no, he's not the Death Watch. Right. Okay.
He's the Empire.
So then, okay, so yeah, and so the reason the Empire can't control Mandalore is because, well, I thought okay,
because
I'm trying to get all
Bo-Katan, because rebels basically.
right, rebels. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then
Because
Sabine's
they
mom
take
and all that.
Sabine's mom and Bo-Katan and everything, and so then that's what
Yeah.
causes the purge.
Right. Okay. Get all my Mandalorian timelines straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Sarah and I
Right.
watched the Rebels arc, or the Rebels Mandalorian arc, right after this, just to
Oh,
get
you
our
did? Okay.
to get our timeline straight.
Yeah.
Because we were confused. We're like, was the purge before Rebels, or like when
Exactly.
did the purge? And
That's what I was trying to remember.
No, and it's like, no, Bo-Katan took back Mandalore, and so that's when the purge happened. And when they realized they couldn't control, when she took it back from Bo Saxon or
Gar Saxon.
Gar Saxon.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm taking this back. And so the Empire was like, we can't control them, so let's kill them.
Wipe them out.
Yeah.
Got it. And is that because in Rebels 2, they introduced that weapon that
the dark
targets
saber?
Mandalorian arm. No.
No, the weapon. But they destroy that.
Okay, but I didn't know if like that's what they also use, like they built another one or they just,
I mean, we don't know. We don't know anything about the purge.
Okay. Because it seemed like that was like, if they got that weapon to work, it was game over for
Correct.
Mandalorians.
Correct.
Okay.
But
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, they
right. Hopefully. Well, I can't build up this purge and then not actually explain what happened. I guess they could, but people would get upset.
I mean, I felt pretty let down with the Siege of Mandalore, but.
Oh, you mean in the Clone Wars?
Yeah, like they built up the Siege of Mandalore super big, and again,
Okay.
I will say this is solely based on me. Of like, siege to me means a long time.
Yes, an extended battle.
So an extended battle, and so like it was over in like less than a day. So that's where that's my frustration, my little frustration with like the season 7 Siege of Mandalore. I'm like, don't call it the Siege of Mandalore, call it the Battle of Mandalore or something.
Right.
But it was not. That's why I was frustrated with that. It was only a 4-episode arc. To me, it should have been the whole season. And you could do side stories and stuff inside that, but it'd be like we're attacking and the battle is going, and so it's a siege.
Right. The overall story is the siege. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Well, I guess we'll get Bad Batch stuff. Is Bad Batch stuff? Is this like how they became the Bad Batch? And
no,
like
this is after Order 66.
Okay, it is. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So this is like what? Somehow they didn't have the chip?
Something. Don't know.
Okay. All right.
This is the Bad Batch, honestly, for me it's not one that I'm like excited for. I know. I heard it get announced and I'm just like, okay. I mean, it could be very good. It could be fun. We'll see.
Sure.
But it's one of those where I'm just like, all right, I wasn't really attached to those clones or whatever in that episode, that arc. So we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. We're not pumped, but
I mean, like I wasn't pumped for Rebels. I didn't seek out Rebels, and I found that and I love that. So
good point.
We'll see.
Well, okay. I'm looking forward to the next week then.
Yeah. So all right. That's our
All right,
show
awesome.
again. And
That's our show.
You can find us on Twitter at Who Shot First Pod. That's Who Shot First Pod. And you can find us on email with Who Shot First SWPod at gmail.com. That's Who Shot First SWPod at gmail.com. Never tell us the odds.
Never tell us the odds.
Never tell me the odds.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us. Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works. Oh, really? You're cold?
Don't you turn against me.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
You're not with me, then you're my enemy. You turned her against me!
You have done that yourself.
Release your anger. Only your hatred can destroy me.
Bring balance to the force, not leave it in darkness! You are the chosen one!